Hello, second graders. Welcome to Knowledge 5, The War 1812, Lesson 3, Mr. and Mrs. Madison. Let's learn. What are our learning goals? I can identify the causes of the War of 1812. I can describe the connection between James and Dolly Madison and what was happening in the United States in 1812. I can demonstrate an understanding of the word magnificent. I can make words using the suffixes FUL and LESS. I can write a persuasive speech either for or against going to war in 1812 with a small group of my classmates. Let's explore. What have we learned about the Constitution? Remember, the War of 1812 was the second war between the United States and Great Britain. What was the first war between these two countries? Right, the Revolutionary War. What official document was written to explain how the United States should be governed? That would be the Constitution. Who were the founding fathers? The founding fathers were the men who helped write the Constitution. And what role did James Madison play in the start of the United States? Well, he helped write the Constitution, and is known as the father of the Constitution. What other information do you remember about James Madison? Did you say he was the fourth president of the United States? And that's correct. And that he was president at the time of the War of 1812. Remember in the last lesson, lesson 2, you should have drawn a portrait of James Madison, written his name under it, and then wrote some facts about him. So, what were the 6 events that led up to the War of 1812? Number 1 should have been the British blockaded the U.S. ports. Number 2, impressed sailors. Number 3, stole U.S. cargo. Number 4, broke a treaty between the United States. 5, attacked the USS Chesapeake. And 6, armed Native Americans. So remember the different positions held by the war hawks and the merchants in the United States in 1812. The war hawks wanted to go to war with Great Britain, whereas many merchants did not. What have we learned about who did that one on the Constitution? Who was the fourth president of the United States? Well, in today's read aloud, you will learn more about the fourth president of the United States, James Madison, and his wife, Dolly Payne Todd Madison. Remember that when James Madison became president, the United States was on the brink of war. The previous 3 presidents, George Washington, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson, had all attempted to establish good relationships with Britain, but had not always been successful. When we broke out between when war broke out between the United States, 2 most important trading partners, it became even more difficult to avoid conflict. And then from this point on, the story of the War 1812 will be told by a narrator called Grandfather Lafitte. So remember at this time, 2 of the most important trading partners with the U.S. is France and Great Britain. Let's read Mr. and Mrs. Madison. You'll watch it in the next video.